Hello, friends, it's Phil, and today, look, I've got a little story to share with you, and it's going to maybe frame itself as a metaphor, let's say, for looking after grass, or growing grass, or having a beautiful lawn. So here's the story, right? Yesterday, my son, Angus, who I'm a massive fan of, he's a really good kid. He's a really good applied kid. He's 15 and just currently going through his I think he's got his mocks, GCSE mocks coming up. But they're the final mocks before the final thing, before his GCSEs this year. But he has a really good habit. And the habit is he goes to the library after school for a couple of hours and he goes to the gym afterwards to kind of decompress that whole process. So 15-year-old Angus is going down the gym after school after he's done his revision. Now, one of the things that he has acquired along the way in order to allow this system, this process that I'm actually quite in awe of, in order to make sure it works, what he's done is he's acquired my Apple AirPod Pros, my really, really nice Apple iPod Pros. I love them. They're absolutely beautiful. They fit perfectly. The sound's kind of okay. I've got another pair of headphones that have got better sound, but the iPod Pros sit in your ear really well when you're training, when you're doing exercise. So he's gone and acquired, let's say, my iPod Pros. I use that statement acquired with air apostrophes. Acquired, yes. And then yesterday, he started to tell me through his own way that he'd misplaced them. He had them on Thursday after training, but didn't use them on Friday, and then didn't find them on Saturday and couldn't find them on Sunday. He had lost my nice thing. And I was boiling. Let's say I was boiling with frustration. How could you lose my nice things? Don't you understand the rules of nice things? And on the website, on the All Gardening website, there is a section which is called Our Story. And inside the Our Story section, I create a little bit of a world of my thinking, a bit about rules. The rules is rules 1 and rules is rules 2, and a little bit about slow growing is strong growing, a little bit about our ethos, a little bit about gardens. Just stuff for you to kind of get inside my thinking, let's say. Go and have a look. It's quite interesting. But rule 2 of the rules is look after your nice things and your nice things will look after you. Angus broke rule 2 of my DNA. He broke the rule. But look, this morning, after a bit of a journey, we found the headphones. We found the iPod Pros. And I had to educate Angus on the rules is rules. What rules is rules number 2, which was gifted to me by a good friend of mine, Lee, some 25 years ago. Lee said when we were going surfing for 8 months or something down the west coast of France into Spain. And there was one moment when Lee had a really nice pocket knife and he said, "This is my nice knife," and had a massive smile on his face. And he just said, "My nice knife will look after me." And he was basically cutting some bread and pate and stuff like that, as you would do in France. But that always stuck with me, is look after your nice things, those small little things, and they will look after you. I've got a few small nice things. But anyway, look, to segue into this podcast, to segue into something that means a little bit more around the universe of gardening and lawns, let's say, which is all important for us gardening listeners or us lawn listeners. Have you ever grown or attempted to grow a lawn from seed? Or have you ever attempted to overseed your lawn with new seed? Have you ever really tried to grow something from seed, let's say? Now, here's the thing. The rules is rules, ideology, the metaphor. Look after your nice things and your nice things will look after you. Well, we all know that a beautiful lawn is a stunning thing. We all know that basically a grass pitch is a stunning thing. We have been to the Emirates, we have been to Lords, we have been all over the place looking at grass. We be me. I'm sure you have as well. You've been to see things where the grass is kind of as important as what was happening on the grass. But look, what we're talking about here is we're talking about a simple rule, which is look after your nice things and they will look after you. So if you've ever tried to overseed your lawn, to grow a new lawn from seeds, to make your lawn better by adding new seed to it, one of the things that you'll discover at a certain point is if you look after that new seed, if you look after that nice thing carefully, it will grow. And as it grows, it will become something that you never expected it to become. It will become beautiful. And in doing so, when it starts to become beautiful, you will start looking and feeling different about it. You will. You will. I'm telling you. Doesn't matter whether you're male or female. It doesn't matter. When you grow something, it becomes a special thing. And if you look after your nice thing, your nice growing thing, it will give back to you in spades. I don't know where that saying comes from, but it will give back to you more than you can imagine. It will give you a sense of achievement. It will give you a sense of pride. It will make you feel good. If it looks really good, you're going to be able to say to your friends, look, doesn't that look extraordinary, beautiful? Or you might say to some of your friends, how's my garden? Or they may just say to you, oh my God, that looks beautiful. But look, no matter whether you have a 15, nearly 16-year-old son who is using your nice things and is probably either going to break them at some point, which is a conversation for another day, or possibly even lose them, what it really reminded me of, and the thing that I'm sharing here, is a nice lawn is a nice thing. And if you look after your nice things, you will get so much back in return. It's given. It will happen. I promise you. And if it doesn't, and if you don't feel better about growing grass or growing a lawn from seed or overseeding or doing work to your lawn that makes it look better, then do message me, because I can help. I can help in some way, most probably. But anyway, thank you for listening. Just keep in mind, by the way, this is episode 178, and we're not far off episode 200. And I'm going to break one of my rules of this podcast. In episode 200, I'm thinking, and I'm not necessarily definitely going to say that I'm definitely going to do this, but episode 200 might include me and someone else. And it will happen around about mid-March, which is kind of the turn of spring. So if you've got an idea as to someone that would be interesting to be on the podcast that you'd love to hear from in the context of maybe coming into spring or sport or art or life or food or stuff that All Gardening is also interested in, let's say, just drop a voicemail or drop me an email. I'm easy to get in contact with. You can either go to the website allgardening.co.uk or you can contact me directly through WhatsApp 07834 769978. I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, look, thanks for now. Take care. And just remember, look after your nice things because they will look after you. Take care. Ta-da. Bye.